talking to anyone that identifies as a marketer or has marketing responsibilities in the business. That could be entrepreneurs doing their own marketing. It can be a whole marketing department. There can be that single marketer that sits in the business and is alone in their marketing department. Could also be anyone just interested in marketing, wanting to get into marketing. I speak to a lot of people that has various courses in marketing, and then when they come to implementation, it doesn't really add up to what they've learned. So anyone that feels like marketing is a bit challenging, don't know if I'm doing the right thing, which platforms should I use, why is it not working, all of these questions is legitimate questions that I think any marketer should really ask themselves, including myself. So I'm not proclaiming that I have all the answers, but we're going to talk about how to approach these challenges. Because you want to get better, don't we? We want to be, I think the most important thing we do is to not get stagnant in our little world of this is what I know. It's so exponential how marketing develops and grows that we just need to really lean into it. And that's what separates the great marketers from the rest. I'm not saying that if you're a business owner, you need to become the best marketer, but you want to be able to maybe ask questions to people that you hire to understand that you're hiring the right knowledge for your business. If there was one recipe that was right for everyone, then everyone would have been doing it. So we're going to look at how to really start to try to navigate that jungle, not just being marketing, having a bad reputation for not working, but what are we doing about it? How do we make the best choices? How do we find the right knowledge? So I'm gonna show a little presentation here, and just to support what we are talking about. So it's really about navigating the marketing jungle. It's really a jungle. There's a lot of weeds out there, and there's some beautiful flowers and some really great stuff as well. But how do we navigate it? How do we find it? Where's that map that takes us to the good places? They are there, and but they might not be the same for every business. If you are a mountain goat, the swamps is not the right place for you. While if you're a crocodile, a mountain top is not the great place for you. So we really have to navigate where do we need to be, which can be a difficult question in itself. But we're going to look into it and see how to, again, approach that, all those questions. So first of all, marketing is a very broad term. We use it in, or people use it in very different ways. I was talking to someone yesterday where they had hired a design company, but then they had challenges outside of design. Now they're expecting a design specialist company to deliver on areas that are not their expertise. And that is important to understand, that it's a lot of different things. So what exactly is it? Is it PR, public relations? Yes, it can be. Is it advertising? I think a lot of people know or consider advertising a big part of marketing. But it's a part of marketing. It's not all of it. And we have to adjust our budget and our effort accordingly. Is it messaging? How much do we invest on messaging and getting the message right, getting the graphics right, having visuals that support the message, having a website with a good flow? How is that journey of the information coming? What do we expect from our readers, etc., or observers or receivers? Is it branding? Coca-Cola, you just see Coca-Cola and you know what it is. And does your company need to do branding? And what are the different levels of branding you can do? For example, you can do brand campaign in Google Ads that sort of pushes your brand up, but you need to understand why you're doing it. And or is it positioning? Do you want to be a market leader? Then why do you want to be a market leader? Is that right for your company? Is it lead generation? Often people say, oh, I want to advertise, but we actually want clients. Are you focused on on lead generation? Are you focusing on advertising? What are you actually focusing on? Or is it demand generation? Are you creating a demand for something? So it's really, really a broad term. There's a lot of things that play a role. And I think that is one of the most important things to take in as well. A lot of things play a part. Are you selling a product or a service? Who's your target group? Which platforms is the target group on? It's very different if I am advertising a pensioners service compared to a new iPhone, for example. Very different. So it's really, really a broad term. So that is something we need to be aware of, that what your specific, you that's listening, what is your definition of marketing, and realize that only is a little bit of marketing. Most likely it is. Generally, we have a perception of what it is, and just understand that it can be a lot more. For example, taking images. Images are important, but a photographer is taking images. But if it's a photographer a marketer, you have specialist photographers. Some people do portraits, some people do products. It's a lot of things that play in. Just because you have a photographer doesn't mean they're going to make the best product pictures. You have to understand. A good example of product pictures, while I'm on that, is say you're selling a handbag. Now, you can have a picture of a handbag with the white background is only the handbag, or you can have a picture of someone holding that handbag and using the handbag. Now, I would say as a marketer, the second one is a better option. But if you have a specialist product photographer, they might just go for, you're hiring a professional marketing photographer, and they might just take the picture of the bag. They might not see why or understand the whole context of why it needs to be shown in use. So it's really a broad understanding of what it is, which adds to how much do I need to know about this? I don't have time to learn all these things. Those kind of challenges and questions that come up. And the methods of marketing as well are really expanding exponentially. The internet and technology in general has spawned thousands of new methods for getting in front of customers. And every day we see more options coming, and you will hear about something new. There will be a new platform. There will be something new. They're all about understanding how does it fit into the bigger picture, and does it fit into the bigger picture for you? I think it's important to be inquisitive, but also understanding how is the implication for my business. So I could say, oh, here's a new platform that I can advertise on, or I can create content on, but why? How does it fit into my business and my target group and my messaging and all these other things before we decide that it's a good channel? So questions typically one can ask oneself as marketers can be things like, my Facebook ads are not converting. Now what? Or why not? My boss is telling me that I'm doing a bad job in my Facebook advertising, but I'm doing everything Facebook is recommending. I even talk to the Facebook experts, because you have the Google experts and the Meta experts. They work there. They phone you and they tell you all the things that you should be doing that you might not be doing. Understand when you get those calls that they're looking on that platform specifically. They don't ask you about landing pages and conversion strategies. They focus on what you're doing on their platform. That's why acquiring knowledge. I remember I was at a conference once, and a speaker there said, yeah, but then you just go to Instagram and they will give you, there's a lot of course on what to do on Instagram. Then you go on Facebook and there's a lot of things on what to do on Facebook. But there's very few platforms that allows you to incorporate the different platforms and how they come together to convert, to generate leads, to generate awareness. So that's why looking at the one platform specifically on its own is usually not beneficial. You want to look at it as a whole. I don't mind if you have a team and you have the Meta expert on your team and you have the Google expert on your team, etc. But you will always have an overlying strategy. Someone is responsible for the overlying strategy on how these things play together. people talk together when you have a marketing team. So that is really what is essential when you decide what needs to be done for your company. So my Facebook ads are not converting. Now what? So what I did before before I create this presentation, I popped the 2 questions in. There's going to have another one as well, and I asked an AI platform just to see what comes up. I generally find that the answers you get for marketing on the AI platforms is not like to the point. They're a bit vague. They're a bit in favor of, you can see what kind of content it has on the reads on the internet, and it's not always good enough, in my opinion. So obviously I felt to differ, and I would love for some arguing against that. But so I generally find that the AI doesn't always give you, on the strategy level, doesn't give you the best answers. But it had some clever comments that I decided to add in. Now what? And this is generally the kind of answers that you can get, which is not really a very specific answer. And it was details on every point here. But anyway, like, is it my targeting? Is it my creative that is wrong? Is it my messaging that is wrong? Do I have a value proposition that resonates? It doesn't give you a good answer to what it is. Is it my landing page? Oh, okay. So at least it's considering outside of Facebook, is looking at things that is not just, am I using the right parameters on Facebook? Am I using a beautiful creative? Are you doing A/B testing, for example? That doesn't say anything about that. Are you testing how your ads perform? How do you do A/B testing? Is there a campaign objective mismatch? Now, your AI won't be able to necessarily tell you that straight on a short answer like this. I'm sure there's ways you can work to get that a little bit deeper. But this is where there's still space for human thinking and wrapping your head around your user. Are there technical issues? Am I setting up a Facebook ad wrong? Well, that stuff you can probably get from your Facebook courses, how to set up my retargeting ads on Facebook. But it just tells you how to do it. It doesn't tell you the best strategy for targeting for your specific target group. It doesn't consider your messaging. Is your messaging good? It just gives you the technical, do that. Make sure it aligns with the target group. It doesn't tell you how. So there we really need to find different people to speak to. And I do believe that marketers together make better marketing overall. And when I say marketers, I mean anyone interested in marketing. I mean active marketers. I mean business owners that are interested in marketing, entrepreneurs, etc. Is it ad fatigue? Ooh, ad fatigue. What is that? No, is it tired? You see, go and check it out. There's so many things that could be. Did you even know that something like that existed? How do you avoid it? Do you need to avoid it? What is relevant? You don't really get the answers, but you get a lot more questions. So you can obviously go down each of these roads and figure out, is it my targeting? But now, how do I evaluate if my targeting is good? I need someone to bounce this off. I need someone that is objective, because you can't necessarily get very objective opinions from someone that just wants you to feel good. So you really need to be to bounce ideas in a broader and a bigger way than just figuring out if there's a technical issue with your Facebook ad. So that is the kind of stuff that comes up when we have these questions, but it's a very legit question. I hear this so much. And I promise you, if I had a discussion, if anyone has this question, there will be so many questions that comes up around these things that I have mentioned here that together, for me, if I was going to advise on this, all of these things together play a role. And lots of clients will refuse to, or not only clients, but people I talk to will refuse to really take in that landing page. But why do you care about my website? I want you to do my Facebook ads. I don't want you to do my website. Do you want me to do a good job, or do you not want me to do a good job? Do you want to improve your Facebook ads, or do you just want to hear about only Facebook? So we really have to open our minds to that. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know, and the way we learn and figure out is through discussions and being open to receive and to go into discussions as well. Other question: what is the best marketing strategy for a small business? Also something that gets thrown at me quite a lot. And if I had that answer, everyone would do it. If it was that easy, then everyone would be doing it. I would be a millionaire if only I had the answer, and I'm definitely not. So it's you have to look at every business individually, and I have a whole presentation on just this question in its own as well. But it's really so a really broad question. I popped it into AI. So here's a couple of things that comes out, and it is related to what I would follow up with of questions as well. So it's relevant feedback that I get from the AI, but it doesn't give me, it doesn't discuss it with me. So things like know your audience. No, I know my audience. The most common thing that I hear is, oh no, every business owner is my client. I can say that. Yeah, every business needs marketing, but it's not necessarily the case. Is it a newly started business that it's just doesn't even it's not even conceptualized? Is it a multi-million-dollar business with 4,000 employees? You have to really differentiate. The business owner of those two businesses are very, very different people. So your messaging is different. Focus on value, always a good thing. What are you actually solving? But how do you do that? I see a lot of companies going in the trap of explaining how they solve something. If I want a new pool, I'm not really interested in the digger that you're using, the excavator. I'm really not interested if that is a cat or a whatever brand that is. I'm really uninterested. You can be bright green for what I care. It's really not important. The point is that the tools and how you do it is not important. What you solve is important. Oh, it makes no mess. It's done quickly, and you get this beautiful. I'm using the best materials, so you don't need to worry about leaks. That is relevant. But I'm not really interested if you're using that and that type of cement, because I don't know if it's good quality or not. Worst thing that also when I deal with printers, for example, certain printers, not all of them, they will be like, "Yo, do you want this kind of print or that kind of print?" I was like, I don't know. I just want a water bottle that has branding on it. I don't know what is it giving 3 different options. Which one should I choose? Oh, what is the difference? No, the one is done like that and the other one is done like that. Yeah, but which one should I choose? So focusing on the value that you add is important. Start small and scale, definitely. Because if we don't start small, we get overwhelmed. And this is a little bit of the point as well. So the discussions around understanding where you want to go, but start small, improve as you go, get feedback on, I'm doing this, but I see, and this is also related to the next one, track and analyze. I see that people are stopping there. Why could that be? Do you have any idea? Then you can pinpoint where your problems might lie, and you can raise those questions. Then we want to mix and match strategies. So if you're a specialist now, we've gone to Instagram to figure out how to do Instagram, but you got your targeting wrong. Maybe you like Instagram, but your audience doesn't like Instagram. So you can go to the specific platform for specific technical knowledge on how to set up a Instagram ad. Great, awesome for that. But you want to mix and match strategies to get full impact of your marketing and figuring out what to do. So you can try a little bit there, you can try a little bit there, start small and scale. It could be things like content marketing, social media marketing, SEO marketing, email marketing, PR, local, if relevant. So if you're a local business, what should you do? There's specific things you might want to do for local awareness. So you're a shop or you're a beauty salon or anything, something like that, or a local plumber. You really want to have a strategy that is aligned with the purpose and what you want to achieve. And again, starting small, testing something, track and analyze. Oh, what should I be tracking? How do I analyze? How do I know if it's a good number? All of these things are things that you should probably be able to discuss with someone or other marketers as well. We should not be scared as marketers to understand or to acknowledge that we don't understand everything. And the only way, or we're not experts on everything, the only way we can do so is to put our questions out there. I have this and this client, and they're struggling with that and that. So, as a marketing agency, now I wouldn't give away the name of the client necessarily, because you want to keep their information private. But this and this are the challenges. What do you think I should do? And then some other marketers say, yeah, no, that's what about, but how does your audience look like? Which platforms are you using? And then you add that information. And through that, you get an answer to your challenges. So you just have to allow yourself to show that I don't know everything. And the other people contributing gets a new challenge that they can test their knowledge on. So together, all of the people that are involved in that discussion gains knowledge. That's how you navigate that jungle, and that's how you get more knowledge and become a better marketer. So it sort of looks like this. You have the marketing jungle, and we tend to grasp or hold on to one of these things. Many businesses hold on to advertising. I want to advertise because it's quick money out, first of all, and you expect quick return in. Now, the truth is only like 2 to 5% of the people that you're trying to target that will convert. So there's a lot of these other things that play a role as well. So we have things like email marketing, website, targeting, ads. Should I use video, mobile friendliness? I need a CRM. Who am I talking to? Well, how's the communication going out? What is my support? How's the data supporting all of these decisions? Which numbers should I be looking at? Which people should I reach with my ads? What are my stats looking like? Social data, all of this stuff. What do my e-commerce look like? Web, what do I look like? What is my branding? There's so much that we can get all stuck in and confused by. But if you can raise these questions, so you might have a broad question and someone else can come in and ask additional questions to that. So what would be if you raised your questions, what is my benefit to that? I want to grow as a marketer. So I want to jump on your challenge to learn from that, because that down the line will expand my mind on how to think, so I myself can make better decisions for my clients. That's why I love being an agency, because you deal with so many different clients and you get to experience all the various challenges, all the various target groups, and how do we solve the different things. And you use a solution from one client and you take elements of that and you implement for another client where it fits. And you measure how all of this works. So it really is that dynamic, working with different clients that expands on your knowledge. And that's really where you grow as a marketer as well. And for us within our team, we spend a lot of internal time to discuss challenges as well. It's not that I have to come up with everything on my own for my client. We discuss internally, and it's exactly that, raising the challenges that you are experiencing. And sort of, this is what I'm thinking. And then you get some input here. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't think about that. And that leads me to another question. You dig into it, and it leads to better solutions for the client or whoever had the challenge, just because they allow themselves to share, and everyone that is involved will also expand on their knowledge. And that is sort of the solution to navigating, is leaning forward, allowing yourself to engage in real discussions on real marketing challenges, making sure you get exposure to new knowledge without necessarily going specialists, or without necessarily going Google Ads. Just if you search for Google courses, you'll find a range of courses. Now, where you're going to start, that can be a question itself. If you were this and this and this and had that and that pre-knowledge, where would you start in your Google upskilling? Great question. Doesn't have a fixed answer because everyone has a different background. So it's really important to just lean forward, lean into discussions. So we created this platform we call Marketing Talent Hub, and you can grab the link there if you're interested as well, which is a network for marketers of all sorts. Is a professional long-term marketer that want to challenge their own knowledge. It's the guys that straight out of new marketing education and want to get a job, or maybe have landed their first marketing job and realize, oh, that stuff that I learned in my course, how do I apply it? I see this a lot when I hire people and they have these courses. I know what they've been through because I look at the content, but when applying it, it becomes a challenge. So it's for those people. It's for the business owner that want to either do the marketing themselves, or entrepreneur, they want to do the marketing themselves, or send their marketing department to really allow them to expand on their knowledge and to solve challenges. The solo marketers sitting there on their own, no one to bounce ideas with, no one that understands the actual challenge that you are experiencing. So feel free to grab that link. It's a monthly subscriptions. We're going to put a lot of live material in here. There's a lot of upskilling beyond discussions. So there's discussions, there's upskilling. You can share your weekly wins. There's a lot of fun things going in here. So I really encourage you to grab the link to check it out. This is a platform for marketers that want to become better. If you just want a free ride, yeah, you do get knowledge, because there will be knowledge sharing direct as well. But you want to lean into this. This is a self-investment kind of thing. You will get, but if you give, you will get even more. So I encourage you to grab the link, and hopefully I will see you on the other side of it. And if you have any questions, you are free to reach us on all our social channels. You can reach us via email, many different ways. And with that, I hope you got some idea how to start navigating the marketing jungle, leaning into discussions, leaning into yourself as a marketer or a business owner, entrepreneur that is doing their own marketing, or having one or two marketers, or even someone that is outsourcing your marketing, to understand, what am I actually looking for? What kind of skills do I need? And it's that overlying skill that is essential to be able to consider, what should I do? You can always figure out how to do the Facebook ad. You can always, that's usually instructions one by one, or step by step. But it's that overlying, why am I doing it? If something is not working, what should I be looking at? And getting that input, leaning into that, having a platform to ask where should I be looking, is can really save you a lot of time as well. So with that, I hope you got some inspiration. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.